For the past year, we were told the US was adding jobs, but a revision just wiped nearly 1 million of them off the books. August's payroll report showed only 22,000 new jobs. Consumers are still spending, but the pace is slowing. Confidence is weakening. Headlines still talk about resilience, but beneath the surface, the cracks are widening. And this week, the first domino fell. Tricolor Holdings, one of the largest subprime auto lenders in the Southwest, filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, not a restructuring, a full liquidation. The company made more than $1 billion in car loans last year. It focused on borrowers with poor or no credit, often without formal documentation. Since 2022, it had packaged nearly $2 billion of those loans into bonds. Its most recent deal, worth $217 million, went out just 3 months ago. Now it's gone. Here's why this matters. Tricolor's model depended on two fragile links: banks to finance loans short-term and investors to buy them long-term. With interest rates at multi-decade highs, both links are breaking, borrowers are defaulting, funding costs are surging. And when banks pulled back, the business collapsed overnight. The fallout doesn't stop there. Borrowers risk losing the cars they need to keep their jobs. Bond investors face markdowns on securities they thought were safe. And banks like JPMorgan, Barclays, and Fifth Third are bracing for losses. What looked like a niche lender's failure is actually a stress test for consumer credit. The warning lights are flashing everywhere. Subprime auto delinquencies are now the highest since the financial crisis. Repos are climbing as used car prices fall back from pandemic highs. Tricolor's borrowers were the most fragile. They cracked first. But if credit tightens, millions more will follow. Now, let's be clear. This is not 2008. The scale is smaller. Subprime auto is just a fraction of subprime mortgages back then. But the mechanics are the same. Risky loans, packaged into bonds, sold worldwide, with banks caught in the middle. One weak link can trigger a chain reaction. And that's why Tricolor's failure is more than a headline. It's the first domino. Yes, the Federal Reserve is expected to cut rates at its next meeting. That may help prevent the problem from getting worse. But cuts don't erase losses already baked into the system. They just slow the damage from spreading. And the fact that easing is on the table is itself a signal that cracks are real. High rates always break the edges first, and once the edges go, the stress moves inward. The only question now is how many more dominoes are lined up behind it. If you want to understand what comes next, watch our video on the real crash signal isn't the Fed or GDP, because the warnings always show up in credit long before they hit the headlines. And if you found this breakdown useful, comment with your thoughts, like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to Global Notes by JP, so you don't miss the story beneath the surface.